All right, let's dive right into a story that really gets at something deep inside all of us. It's about a powerful and, honestly, a kind of dangerous psychological bias we all have. This deep-down need to believe that the world is fair.
Our story kicks off, like so many do, with a real tragedy and, well, what looks for all the world like a miracle.
So picture this. It's a totally normal morning commute in the city and then just chaos. A bus flips over. And the cause? It's as simple as it is tragic. The driver just nodded off at the wheel. The result is just devastating.
But in the middle of all this wreckage, there's just one person who walks away with only minor injuries. A 32-year-old office worker, a guy named Shun Saki.
Now, Saki's first reaction is fascinating, right? He's not just relieved to be alive, he's immediately looking for meaning. He needs a reason for why this random thing happened. And, it turns out he's not the only one.
The public, trying to make sense of something that just feels senseless, they immediately start to build a story. They're looking for a simple answer, and they think they've found it in Saeki's character.
People start digging up any little tidbit, any story that proves Saeki deserved to live. This little anecdote, whether it's true or not, who knows, it fits the story perfectly. Good things happen to good people.
And here's the crucial flip side of that logic. For the world to feel fair, it's not enough for good people to get rewarded. Bad people have to be punished. The driver's tragic death gets reframed as something he deserved, turning a complex accident into this simple little fable of good versus evil.
So, this deep human need to see the world as orderly and fair, well, it has a name. The just world hypothesis. It's like a mental shortcut that makes us feel safe. It tells us, hey, if you do good things, you'll be protected, and if you do bad things, you'll get what's coming to you. It's a really comforting belief, but as we're about to see, it has a seriously dark side.
Yeah, about that, there's a huge problem with this perfect, neat little story. It's not true. At all. Saeki's survival was pure random chance. He overslept and missed his train. And that heroic story about saving the old man? Just a little lie he told at a bar for a laugh, never imagining it would blow up like this. And that brings us to Act 2, where the cracks really start to show. Saeki has become this public symbol of justice, but the perfect world he now represents, it's about to get seriously challenged.
He totally leans into it. I mean, he becomes the poster boy for this idea, telling people exactly what they want to hear, that their good deeds count for something, that there's some cosmic scorecard. He's the living, breathing proof of the just world hypothesis.
But then, right in the middle of the applause, a single voice cuts through the noise. It's the mother of one of the victims who died in that crash. And what she says just challenges the entire foundation of Saeki's newfound fame.
Wow, this contrast just lays it all bare, doesn't it? On the left, you've got the simple, satisfying story everyone wants to believe. And on the right, the messy, tragic, human reality. The evil driver was a sick man, a friend, just trapped by his circumstances. Suddenly, the world isn't so black and white anymore.
This whole encounter just shatters Saeki's worldview. That comforting belief he had, it now feels like a curse, and he starts seeing its toxic effects everywhere. Like, he's watching the news, and another awful tragedy is unfolding.
He's scrolling through the online comments, and he sees the exact same pattern playing out. People aren't just angry at the bad guy. They're actively looking for reasons to blame the victims, to figure out why this terrible thing had to happen to them. It's the just world hypothesis at its absolute cruelest.
And this leads Saeki to the question that just unravels everything. If the world is really fair, and good people get rewarded while bad people get punished, then what does his survival say about all the good people who died on that bus? The whole logic just collapses in on itself.
And that brings us to our final act, the price of justice. Because the very same belief that built Saeki up into a hero is now about to tear him right back down. The public's need for a just world, well, it turns out it's a double-edged sword.
And then the other shoe drops. The truth comes out. A magazine runs an expose, revealing the whole miracle was a lie. The hero was just an ordinary guy, and the neat little story of cosmic justice was a complete fantasy.
The public's reaction is swift and brutal. Using the exact same logic they used to celebrate him, now they condemn him. He lied, so of course, his downfall is seen as a just punishment. The just world hypothesis needs a villain,
And now Saiki has been cast in the role.
At his absolute lowest point, he's lost his job, his reputation, everything. Saki gets a letter. And it's from that same mother who spoke up at his lecture. Her words just spell out the terrible irony of this whole thing. That desperate wish for a just world can actually make us less just and a lot less compassionate.
So having lost everything that was built on a lie, Saiki is finally free. He's free to find a deeper, more profound, and honestly a more human way of understanding what it means to be good.
He starts writing in his journal, and he maps out this whole new philosophy. Step 1, just accept it. The world is not inherently fair. Step 2, realize that what really matters is how we treat each other, human compassion. And that leads to the big one. Step 3, it's the effort we make to create justice, not just believing in some cosmic system that actually counts. That, right there, is the only real salvation.
So in the end, this story doesn't leave us with a neat, tidy answer. It actually leaves us with a question. If we can't count on the universe to be fair, if good people suffer and sometimes lies get rewarded, then what does that demand from us? It kind of suggests that justice isn't something we just find out in the world, it's something we have to actively create, for each other, every single day.